If you're looking for professional day trading education and high-level trade analysis and dissection, you've come to the right place. My name is Pat Mitchell. I've been a professional day trader for the past 11 years, and I'm here to bring you professional day trading education all here for free on YouTube and on X. And tonight, we are going to be going over a $25,000 loss. You'll see how the rest of the day panned out. Let's rock and roll on this tricky Friday trading day. One sec. Going to fire up these charts. What's going on here? One sec. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Okay. So like I said, I hope you all had a wonderful day. Let's get down into this. So today started off actually a really solid day. For those of you that are just joining us, these blue levels represent levels, technical analysis levels that I strike prior to the market open, and then I develop trade plans surrounding them. Generally speaking, the low level is a long and the upper level is a short. Pretty easy peasy. So today we were having really nice channels, like I said, and we opened up on cues coming on down into this support level. That was an absolutely fantastic trade. As we come down into that level, execute the long, give it some time, and then simply ride it all the way up for about 100% gain from entry to best sell. So that's where the day started. And then we were waiting for around 10 a.m. They were supposed to release whether or not the tariffs were legal or illegal, which we were watching for something very specific on it to give a really nice live lesson in Catalyst. However, right at 10 a.m., or a little bit after 10 a.m., they released that they weren't going to come to a conclusion here today, or at least at that time. So then we kind of continued on. The next trade I was looking for, because we sliced through this level and that 9 EMA down there, was a pop back up and a head bump. So I started in very small and worked that trade. Now, coming up into this area, that was my risk. I was going to risk essentially off of that morning range. And then let me grab that chart. And then on that, what happened here is it popped really quickly into that the actual level of resistance. Now, that's something I didn't overly want to give it. I wanted to basically start out once it kind of turned above, be somewhere in this area, but it popped, and then I had to give it more time, resulting in about another point's worth of risk. And the way I see it in situations like that, number one, I've got a reset trade here on SPY if we come up into this level, right? So that's number one. Number two, the damage is done in the trade, right? So if the damage is done, you have to see the trade through. Now, I talked about giving it maximum risk earlier today, but it needed to be a different setup. Therefore, I could not give it that risk up into that next resistance level. So I simply stopped out, ate the loss, and I ate a loss of $25,904. Sounds like a big loss. It was a fair bit of size on this one. I'm okay with that. And the reason I'm okay with that, because on SPY, with this reset trade, with this us coming literally from low of day all the way up, I know I'll be able to pressure into this trade, and it'll result in a green overall. Between the two, it's going to counteract. It's going to even out. And that's exactly what happened on this. So going over to SPY's chart, as soon as we came up, let me clean up these charts. Come on. So as we came up into this level, I executed the trade. When it pulled back, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a bigger picture opportunity and a trade down into that support level right there. So I continue adding in on any opportunity, acquiring the size that I'm going to need to counteract this $25,000+ loss. And then once it came in, I just started paying myself, edging out of the position all the way down. And that resulted in a $27,518 gain. So basically, I locked in about $1,500 between the two trades, plus the additional $2,000. So I locked in overall about, I don't know, a little bit under $4,000 here this morning. And I'm very happy with that. Now, some of you that are inexperienced traders may look at a loss like that and be like, man, but that's a big loss. Well, and you're not wrong, but I've been doing this a long time and experience comes into play. I don't allow any type of a trade where there is negative P&L, a loss, to dictate my mood or where I am emotionally. And if you do that, you're going to fucking lose, right? It is a matter of keeping a level head and recognizing the next opportunity and always knowing about that next opportunity, right? That's how you don't continue. And it would have worked out here today, up here into this, but because of the strike price that I took on Qs, there would have been no way to get that back. I would still be probably red on that trade if I worked it all the way up, even resulting in that 50% retracement. And that's another thing too I forgot to mention, you know, that's kind of the main target on SPY. Once we start coming down, because it went fully from lows to highs with no retracement, I will receive a 50% retracement. It's something I've talked about to death on this channel. So there's a lot of lessons to be learned from this. And if you think $25,000 is a big loss, what I want you to do is take a 0 off. Okay. So that would basically be for most people's positions. If they were trading with size as a new trader, it's about a $2,500 loss, right? It just is the nature of the beast. Once you start trading with more size, it's going to result in bigger losses. And that's something that I'm not overly concerned about. Because like I said, I recognize that the next opportunity always comes, and I simply remain calm, work the trade as I normally would, think about my sizing to counteract that loss, and get back green, as I always do. Okay, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. If you want to learn how to come trade professionally and learn how to get yourself out of jams, come to tricktrades.com. If not, you want to continue on spinning and chasing your tail, by all means, do it. There are 1,500 free videos on my YouTube channel alone for you to sift through. Have a good one, guys, and we will see you on Monday. Adios, folks.